Hello everyone, and welcome to Past the Post. This is Michael Adolphs, and we're going to go over the very best of racing from around the world. We had Group 1s from 4 different countries indeed this week, and we kicked things off in the UK with one of the biggest 10 furlong races of the year, the Group 1 Coral Eclipse for 3-year-olds and upward, that included no less than 5 Group 1 winners, including Ombudsman, recent winner of the Prince of Wales's, Sosi, a multiple Group 1 winner in France, French Derby winner Camille Pissarro, English 2000 Guineas winner Ruling Court, and Hot as Hell. But it was the only non-Group 1 winner in the field who got it done in the end in Delacroix, who flew on the outside under a masterful Ryan Moore ride to win by a neck as the 3-1 second choice for Aidan O'Brien. Coolmore, of course, owns this one, beating out the Godolphin pair of Ombudsman in second and Ruling Court in third. The only disappointment of the race was Sosi, who finished last of the 6, only losing by 4.5 lengths.
Continuing just to be nudged along, Camille Pissarro towards the outside as they race up the home straight in the Coral Eclipse. Hot as Hell poised on the outside of Sosi. Ombudsman comes next, shadowed by Camille Pissarro. Delacroix and Ruling Court still waiting in the wings as well. Sosi with on the outside Hot as Hell. Ombudsman shadowed by Camille Pissarro. Ruling Court needs an out. Delacroix has nowhere to go as Ombudsman moves to Sosi. Camille Pissarro towards the outside and Ruling Court still waiting for a run. Ombudsman Camille Pissarro. Ruling Court had to switch. Delacroix stays on. Ombudsman leads Camille Pissarro. On the inside, Sosi. Delacroix staying on. And it's Ombudsman who controls the Eclipse on the run to the line with Delacroix closing strongly. And Delacroix gets up to beat Ombudsman in third place, Ruling Court.
Ryan worked it all out 100%, so great, unbelievable credit to Ryan. Andrew's in charge of Medmond, Sumi's leading him up, Mark who rides him every day, Dean rides him in all the work. It's Rory, everybody, it's a big team, John, everyone, it's all credit to them, but Ryan gave him an incredible ride. He played it, he said he changed his plan 4 times. Ryan going out, he was very happy to make the run in, but obviously he wasn't the only one had that in his mind, and it just kept changing. But Ryan did say to me during the week, he said he's very fast horse, this horse, and he said he wouldn't be surprised if he's a miler. So obviously I knew what was in Ryan's head, so I didn't know what he was going to do, but I probably had a fair idea as the race was happening what he was thinking. But he did say 4 times he changed his plan, so that's why you leave it to Ryan, and the same with Christoph. They know the horses and you leave it to them, and there's always a plan A, B, C, and I'd say that was plan D, E, Z or F. So listen, incredible. I'm so delighted.
You must have said a few Hail Marys on the way round then, surely.
I couldn't believe, but they went and then they steadied and then they went again, so it was a very difficult thing he did, but Ryan was an absolute masterful ride, so.
Part of the Coral Eclipse Festival was, of course, racing on Friday, kicking things off with the listed Coral Dragon Stakes. Over at Sandown, this race had 7 in it and was led in the market by 5-4 favourite Staya, who, despite that short favouritism, actually was only a short winner. Callum Shepherd was aboard for George Scott and KHK Racing of Sheikh Khalid in Bahrain. Military Code for Godolphin finished to find second in the process.
Halfway in the Dragon Stakes, and it is Love Olivia who still has the lead, but now getting a little bit of pressure from Blue Orbit in second. Military Code now begins to make his presence felt down the centre of the course. Stayer switches out wide now to try and deliver her challenge. They're racing now inside the final furlong. Military Code has a length and a half lead with a furlong to go, but it is Stayer who is eating into that advantage. Killer Via staying on into third. Stayer down the wide outside now puts a grey head in front. It's Stayer and Military Code. That was tight.
It was one of the uphill finish sort of suited her, and she was always but gradually getting there. Sort of from that, it can be a bit of a coffin draw, and it would have proved to be. So there was no hint of sort of courageousness in the ride. It was very much to play the percentages. We came out, got on the back of Will, and ultimately she was good enough. So probably value for greater than the winning margin, and a progressive filly who, we're really pleased with.
Next up that same day on Friday, July 4th, was the listed Gala Stakes. 6 went to post, including Juddmont's well-recorded Windlord, who justified favoritism, winning by a nose at 3-2. Colin Keane was aboard for his contract ride, and Andrew Balding trains. This Juddmont homebred beat out Caviar Heights, a 4-1 second choice, into second, while Jeff Koons rounded out the top 3 for Wathnon.
And now Windlord begins to make a challenge towards the outside of Caviar Heights. A length and a half away to Jeff Koons. At the moment, the closers are not staying on. And now they're racing inside the final furlong and a half. Caviar Heights still just has the lead. Over Windlord, they're almost level. A length and a half way to Jeff Koons back in third. Now they've got a half furlong to go. Windlord on the far side. Caviar Heights. Jeff Koons still in third. Another 100 yards to go. And Windlord are on the outside. Windlord and Caviar Heights. It's very close.
Well, I know Caviar Heights very well because I bought him as a yearling and trained him as a 2-year-old, and he's very, very tough. So I wasn't convinced we were going to get past him, but Colin gave him a terrific ride, and all credit to the horse, really, because, you know, he showed real desire there, and, you know, he's been asked to do something wasn't ideal for him the last couple of times. It was just nice for him to, you know, win a race in his own right.
So you were anxious to get him back to what he was born for, which was to race for it in his own right?
Yes, yeah, but look, he's done an important job, and for the bigger picture, a much more important job than himself winning today. But it would be nice to think he might even stay a little bit further in time. You know, it's something we haven't tried, but we did think at the beginning of the year might be a possibility.
The listed Coral Marathon Stakes completed stakes on the Friday card, with 4 going to post in this staying affair, including Dubai favourite Al Nair, as well as Term of Endearment. But in the end was 9-year-old Coltrane turning back the clock to win by a short head. William Buick was in the saddle on the 5-2 second choice, giving Andrew Balding his second stakes win of the day. Vic and Janice Mariscotti owned this one, as Al Nair came on the outside to finish a good second. Term of Endearment was a bit of a disappointment, finishing last of the 4.
Down towards the final quarter of a mile. Coltrane with the noseband now just takes the lead. Term of Endearment, however, battles back on the inside. Now coming through to take third is Real Dream, and Al Nair is the back marker. A furlong to go in the Coral Marathon, and it's Coltrane who just has the lead over Term of Endearment. Al Nair is rallying. Real Dream still has a chance. 50 yards to go. Coltrane, Al Nair, close call.
Saturday action, other than the aforementioned Coral Eclipse, also included the Group 3 Coral Charge, at 5 furlongs for 3-year-olds and upward. 11 went to post, including 7-2 favourite Adrestia under Oisin Murphy, but in the end it was Rumstar who came back to his best form, winning by 3/4 of a length at 5.5-1. Rob Hornby was aboard for Jonathan Portman and Vincent and Russell Ward. She's Quality finished second, with Chagrin in third, and the favourite Adrestia having to settle for fourth.
It's Westaker who's been ridden along, Rumstar, and the back marker is Chagrin. They've now just got a furlong and a half to go in the Coral Charge, and it is still She's Quality, the speedball, who has got the lead over Saratoga Special. Adrestia is staying on, so too is Kurdos. Rumstar down the very wide outside. She's Quality needs the line. Rumstar is charging home, and it's Rumstar in the Coral Charge.
The last of the Sandown affairs for the Coral Eclipse Festival was the listed Coral Distaff. 7 went to post, including Juddmont's well-regarded Blue Bolt, who justified favoritism to win by a length under Colin Keane, and giving Andrew Balding a third stakes win of the weekend. The 2-1 favorite beat out Cajol, the second choice, into second. Sweet Frances was third, while Godolphin's Victory Queen checked in fourth.
Blue Bolt's lead has been whittled away now by Sweet Francais, but now Blue Bolt begins to dig in towards the inside. She's finding more gamely, racing up the hill towards the final furlong. Cajol is the one who's staying on right down the wide outside. It is Blue Bolt who has got the lead. That lead now is a length and a half. Cajol, however, is continuing to charge home, but Blue Bolt is gamely, finding more, and it will be Blue Bolt who wins the Coral Distaff.
Elsewhere in the UK this weekend, we also have the listed Queen Charlotte Filly Stakes over at Chelmsford on July 1st. 10 went to post, including His Highness Sheikh Ahmed Rashid Al Maktoum's 6-5 favourite Jabara. But the favourite was unable to get it done as Cloudcover won by 2 lengths as the 4.5-1 fourth choice. Clifford Lee was aboard for James Tate and Saeed Manana. Jabara had to settle for 5th.
With Jabara to the outside in the yellow, now looking to make the move. Zuki's behind those. Then came Cloud Cover, angled out to challenge and appears to be going quite strongly. Jabara is now under pressure. So too Tropical Island. Cloud Cover's absolutely cantering under Clifford Lee. And now he says, go on, Cloud Cover. She was runner-up in this race last year. She's going to win it in style this time. Cloud Cover's won the Queen Charlotte. Fair points up for second, then stop the Cavalry.
Over at Haydock on July 5th on Saturday, the Group 2 Lancashire Oaks over 12 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up fillies and mares had 4 go to post, including Estranged and well-regarded Scenic, who had finished in that order, a neck between them. The 2-7 favourite Estranged was ridden by Danny Tudhope for David O'Meara and Cheveley Park. Scenic finished second with Love Talk and Nuit completing the order of finish.
And as they do so, the blue cap of Estrange on the right, just in front, but Scenic is going to make her fight here as they head down to the furlong pole. Nui is behind those in 3rd place. Estrange has a lead, but it's a very slender one. Scenic is still within striking distance. Just 100 yards to go. Estrange is only narrowly in front. Scenic really making her fight. They come to the line, Estrange just to Scenic.
And last but not least, among the UK action this week was the listed Charlie Woods, over 12 furlongs for 4-year-olds and upward, 5 going to post at Beverly here, as well-backed favourite Carmology would be disappointing on the day, as Candleford would win by 3 lengths as the 2-1 second choice. Kieran Fallon was aboard for William Haggis and Barnon Stud. Carmology had to settle for 2nd, while Raja Raja was 3rd.
Carmology starts to pick up behind them, so too Tumesius Fox. Raja still at the back, will be played late inside the final 2 furlongs. Candleford starts to spring for home, opens up short time by 3 lengths to Carmology, just a bit one-paced in second, but will stay on behind that one. Tumesius Fox. Raja trying to finish, but Candleford in the clear by 3 to 4 lengths as they come back inside the final half furlong. Candleford booted all the way to the line for William Haggis, and Kieran Fallon will win the inaugural running of the Charlie Wood Stakes. Carmology for 2nd.
French action this week was topped by the Group 1 Prix-Jean Prat, the biggest race of the day on Sunday at Deauville. This 7-furlong affair was Group 1 and for 3-year-olds, and drew 9, including the Lion in Winter, Cosmic Kier, and Shadow of Light, who were the headliners. But in the end, a masterful ride on 12-1 shot Wood Shauna got it done for Francis-Henri Graffard, and Resolute Bloodstock winning by a short neck. Maranoa Charlie had to settle for 2nd, while the Lion in Winter was 3rd, and Shadow of Light just came up short to finish 4th. 7-5 favourite Cosmic Kier was disappointing in 7th after showing a bit of pace there.
It's Maranoa Charlie with Apollo Fountain to within a neck and continuing to apply pressure. They're tracked through by Silius, who is racing in 3rd. The Lion in Winter is now asked for a bit more on the left. Cosmic Year is coming. They're cruising. Cosmic Year moving upsides Maranoa Charlie. Right behind Shadow of Light is stalking. Working inside the last 350 metres in the Jean Prat. 3 or 4 in a line now. Shadow of Light produced to the left-hand side. Cosmic Year didn't find much. Maranoa Charlie, the Lion in Winter is plugging on. Wood Shauna is surging. Maranoa Charlie, Wood Shauna, the Shadow of Light. It's going to be very tight. 4-way go. Wood Shauna.
Over 7 furlong, it's a lovely horse. Great attitude. He looks fantastic. He's improving physically. Great ride. Very good ride also. You know, he took the right lead all the time. So, no, perfect.
Yeah, he's a horse, he's kind of had a little bit under the radar profile, like sometimes you like to kind of keep us journalists guessing, but is he a horse that's still improving?
Oh, definitely. Every time I step him up in class, he responded well. I think he would have, if he was closer in the Jebel, he would have been very dangerous. So on that form and my belief, I was not very scared today. And the form of his race worked out really well.
Starting off stakes action at Deauville that day was illicit Prix Roland de Chambord. 6 went to post, including the Wertheimer's big favourite Nighttime, who did not disappoint, winning by 3 lengths as his 7-10 choice. Maxime Guillon was aboard for Christopher Head and the Wertheimer brothers. Sirius A was 2nd, while Elusive Butterfly completed the top 3.
is now tackled by Nighttime, who's come there travelling powerfully. Nighttime swoops through to lead. Sirius A tries to follow that runner into the race. From the back of the field, Elusive Butterfly is finishing off, but up top it's Nighttime drifting to the rail, but with the advantage. Sirius A is getting a little closer, but Nighttime is too strong. Nighttime comfortably at the line.
He's been very easy to train. He's been like doing everything properly, and he's so professional during the races. You can ride him like classic or just go in front. He can do anything.
Okay, you trained a very good 2 years old. Where does he rate this one at the moment? It's a bit tricky.
Of course, he's one of the first ones. He's on the head of the stable, pretty much.
Okay, that sounds good. You think he's a profile for Prix Jean-Luc Lagardère? I know it's still a few months away.
It's gonna be on it, that's for sure. And we will do everything to make it possible to go there. So.
Next up over at Deauville, we had the Group 3 Prix de Riz Orangy, a 6-furlong affair for 3-year-olds and upward, where 8 went to post, including Godolphin's favourite, Tribalist. But in the end, Beauvatier would move back the clock to his best performance and win by a length and 3/4 as the 2-1 second choice. Alexis Pouchin was aboard for Jan Barbaro and Philippe Allaire and others. Spycatcher, and for Carl Burke, finished second, while Tribalist had to settle for third. Carnival hero Batouan had to settle for 7th.
Wandering down towards the near side running rail, but has the advantage. Beauvatier now is giving close chase. Behind them, Spycatcher tries to run on from the back end of the field, and Beauvatier is quickly picked up inside the last 200 metres now and is off and clear. Beauvatier coming away to win it in good fashion.
The listed Darley Prix Armandine for 3-year-old fillies over 7 furlongs was up next, where 13 of them went to post, including market leader Devon-trained Epsom Blue Sen. But she was a bit of a disappointment on the day, as Medusa Merger led it out and winning by 2 as the 5-1 third choice. Christophe Soumillon got a second stakes win of the day, this time for Mauricio Delche Sanchez. Secret Wood was second, Jockla was third, and Godolphin's Honeyflower had to settle for 7th. Favourite Epsom Blue Sen was 10th.
A position to try and challenge extreme left Kirkilla. Secret Wood between rivals here, stand side the green. Medusa Merger's come there travelling very powerfully into the last 250. Medusa Merger comes through and has hit the front now for Soumillon and is starting to charge on and away. Medusa Merger going clear by a couple to take it. Tight second.
The last of the Sunday action, as far as stakes go at Deauville, was the listed Prix Goldacova over 8 furlongs for 4-year-olds and up fillies and mares. 12 went to post, including big favourite and UK invader Bright Thunder, who did not disappoint to win by 2.5 length 10 choice under Sam James for Carl Burke, who shook off a bit of seconditis. His Highness Sheikh Rashid Dalmouk Maktoum owns this one. Around the World finished second, while Pinta was third.
Looking for a way through around the world. Also Pinta, who's going to dive for a rail run, but it's not really there. It's Bright Thunder in front here with loads of them rowing away in behind into the last 250. It's Bright Thunder by a length and a half. Chiara near down the centre, running on Love Rush, and also Ria Bovka around the world is now trying to come into it as well. Pinta flashing home late. Now there's a gap, but it's all far too late. Bright Thunder.
She jumped really well, a little bit too well. I wanted to get a bit of cover, but once I got in behind Christophe on the lead horse, she settled away grand. Well, I thought we were going quite slow, so I was quite happy to just let her find herself and just let her keep coming. She sort of doesn't find a whole lot normally off the bridle, but she to be fair to her today, she's real quickened up and put the race to bed, you know.
Yeah, she's a listed winner already in France, a Group 3 runner-up last time. Is this very much her level?
Yeah, look, Group 3 wouldn't be out the way, you know, and probably the faster they go in some of these races, the more it suits her. But maybe she likes coming over here, so hopefully she can come back here again, you know.
A day earlier at Deauville, we had a pair of listed affairs. Kicking off with the listed Prix Castena over 6 furlongs for 3-year-olds. 8 went to post, including the favourite Arabi, who was owned by Mohammed Al-Shehi of the ERA. Detonate in the end, though, would win by 2 lengths as a 16-1 upset under Clement Lecouve for Francis-Henri Graffard, whose barn is on fire. Haras Detraham owns this one. Arabi had to settle for second, and the winner looks another exciting progeny of Siuni.
White Jacket's got nowhere to go. Asteria's coming back to the field. There's a host of chances inside the 300. Araby now pokes through to take it up. Araby goes on. Detonate finally in the clear and is running on very powerfully. Detonate had to sit and wait, but is now storming through and storming away. Detonate clearing away to the line. A most impressive win.
I think that's really helped him to never find the gap, and he traveled behind Mikel Barzalona very nice and relaxed, and that's important for this horse. And the more he was caught in traffic, the more he was taking the bridle. So and then when he found the gap, he really burst into it, and that was nice to watch.
The last of the stakes action we'll cover in France was also on Saturday. This was the Prix Yakovlev, a race that has produced many top horses in the past. A 2-year-old affair over 5 furlongs where 8 went to post and led in the market by 11-5 favorite Ali Shuffle. But in the end, it was Kimi Ray, winning by 3 lengths at 19-5 under Mikel Barcelona for France's Henri Graffard. Jane Newitt owns this one, while Afjan had to settle for second as the second choice at 4-1. Favorite Ali Shuffle could only manage 5th.
On the left is Kimi Ray, the right-hand side. Kailani tries to get going. Heading inside the last 300. Ali Shuffle's in a bit of bother here. Kimi Ray on the left-hand side has hit the front and powers on now. Kimi Ray is scampering away. Afjan in second, then comes Watine. But it's Kimi Ray for a dominant win in the Prix Yakovlev.
We move to our third country and have our third Group 1 of the week, the German Derby. This 156th running for 3-year-olds was over 12 furlongs and was a bit of history in the making as 17 went to post, with favoritism going to Zuckerhut. But in the end, Hosh Konig, number 4, won by a short head at 18-1, making Nina Baltromi, the jockey, the first female jockey to ever win a Group 1 in Germany. Yasmin Amrander trains this one for Stall Cloverleaf. Convergent, invading from the UK for Carl Burke, finished second, while Lazio was third, and the favourite Zuckerhut settled for 6th.
Zuckerhut still beautifully covered up on the inner. Convergent just follows that one. Lady Charlotte and Lazio are right in the mix on those. One who's pushed along at the back is Abando. Path of Soldiers trying to get into it. One's gone wrong there. That's the Sheriff down the home straight. And a couple of them lunge over towards the outside. One of those is Enzian. And Enzian down the outer is steaming home. Convergent on the inside. And it's Convergent who goes to the front. Enzian down the outer is chasing. Path of Soldiers running on. Here goes Hochkönig in the white and green. Is Convergent. Hochkönig is coming for Nina Baltromi. Convergent and Hochkönig. Convergent and Hochkönig.
Also at Germany, this time on Saturday at Hamburg as well, was the Group 2 Grosser Hansa Price for 3-year-olds and up over 12 furlongs. 6 went to post, led in the market by Queimados, but it was Augustus in the end, winning by a length and a half as the 4-1 second choice under Dubai favourite Audrey de Vries. Valdemar Hicks trains this one for Stall Lucky Owner. Narrativo finished a good second, while Cold Heart rounded out the top 3.
Queimados, look at on the outside Nastaria running a cracker. And on the inside is a racing room now for the one horse Augustus, and Queimados is out of it. Falls back to the end of the field. And it's a new leader on the inside, Augustus. But on the outside comes Nastaria, Narrativo. And also there is Cold Heart with the straight and a very disappointing Queimados. But Nastaria is coming closer to Augustus. But Augustus is still in the lead. Adrie, the answer to this race. It's Augustus who wins it.
Now let's head over to Ireland for a trio of listed affairs. First of all, on Tuesday, July 1st, we had the listed Lennebond Stakes, where 11 went to post at Roscommon, led in the market by 11-2 favourite Purple Lily. In the end, though, it was Shally Shoot who would win by a length and a half, as the 125-1 massive long shot. Donna O'Connor was aboard for Ross O'Sullivan. Julie White owns and bred this one, who beat out Cheeky Wink, a 14-1 shot into second. Purple Lily was unfortunately unplaced.
On the outside, beginning a run is Purpley, with in between horses Cheeky Wink, and then Soft Winds, a Pershu is next, and then This Song Is For You and Hip Hop de la War. Way out on the outside is Charlie Chude, racing to the final furlong, and it is Romzina and Cheeky Wink who go on. Charlie Chude right in the middle of the track is eating up the ground, and they're spread from rail to rail, and Charlie Chude and Don O'Connor have got up in the Linnaban from Cheeky Wink.
Next up in Ireland, we go to Tipperary on July 2nd on Wednesday for the listed Tipperary Stakes. 5 went to post for this wide open affair. Arugan Bay wound up being the victor on the day, with a length and 3/4 being her victory at 6.5 to 1. Chris Hayes was aboard for Eddie and Patrick Hardy. This MD Rowe homebred beat out First Approach, the 10 to 3 second choice. Fresh Fade, the 11 to 10 favourite, checked in third, another 3 lengths back.
To the 2 furlong point, Aragon Bay in the centre. The green and black colours. Fresh Fade trying to challenge the far side. The extreme right Gelato, Spring is here near side. First Approach beginning to close on them, but heading to the furlong pole and stretching on. Aragon Bay leads by a couple of lengths. First Approach staying on in second. Spring is here over on the far side. Fresh Fade, but Aragon Bay scampering clears 3-4 in front as they go to the line. Aragon Bay will win the Tipperary for the Hearties and Chris Hayes.
And last but not least, as far as Irish coverage goes, is the listed Pat Smullen Stakes for 2-year-olds over 8 furlongs, giving those 2-year-olds who are a little bit longer in the stamina department a chance to shine. 7 went to post, including the heavily backed Coolmore sort, Daytona. He did not disappoint, winning by 3 1/4 lengths despite showing market greediness. The 4 to 5 favourite was ridden by Wayne Lordan for Aidan O'Brien and the Coolmore Associates, of course. North Coast finished second for Joseph O'Brien. Longshot Genshev rounded out the top 3.
Round the bend for home they come, 3 furlongs to go. Leblon Queen joined one from the rail by Green Soul. Coming at them is North Coast, followed by Daytona, flanker Jet Blue Moon, and on the outside is Genshev. Racing towards the final 2 furlongs, Green Soul picked off by Stable Companion. North Coast into a challenging position is Daytona, followed then by running on Genshev, Blue Moon next, and then flanker Jet. Little between Daytona and North Coast as they climb the hill inside the final 200 yards, and it's Daytona and Wayne Lordan getting the upper hand from North Coast, and up towards the finish it is Daytona going through the grades and the Pat Smullen Stakes.
Now let's head over to the United States to wrap up action. On Saturday, July 5th at Saratoga, we had the Grade 1 Belmont Oaks, over 9 furlongs on the grass for 3-year-old fillies. 7 went the post, including the big favorite and Mark Cassey-trained Nitrogen. But in the end, she would get pipped on the line by Fionn. Ridden by Flavian Pratt for Brad Cox, the 6 to 1 second choice won by a nose. George Messina and others own this one, who beat out Nitrogen and now goes on to the Grade 2 Saratoga Oaks. Nitrogen herself will go on to the Grade 1 Alabama on the dirt.
Moving into the far turn, Fionn has 5 lengths to make up, then Virgin Colada and Mayday Ready. Opulent Restraint, Nitrogen gets her cue now and starts to gather some momentum into second. Opulent Restraint has been alone on the front end, Nitrogen second, Fionn running a good race on the outside third, followed by Warming in fourth. On the outside, Mayday Ready is starting to kick in. They're in the final furlong, and Nitrogen comes to Opulent Restraint, who's fighting her hard. 2 lengths back, Fionn trying to pull off the upset and is finishing with very nice strides. It's Nitrogen in front. Opulent Restraint comes back, and here's Fionn surging on the outside. Here's the line. Photo finish!
Unbelievable. I was hoping for third or second, turning for home. And she just kept coming like she always does.
Always.
She always comes.
She's so consistent.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'll tell you, it's amazing. It's amazing. We've been on a ride. It's a magic carpet ride. It really is. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you know how this game is. It's hard.
It is ups and downs.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, enjoy this win. What a special filly. I mean, Nitrogen, she was the head of the class, and you took her down.
Yes. Let me just say that. I mean, let me just keep it at that.
Two very good fillies. Ran their hearts out.
Yes.
Couldn't be prouder.
Yes.
Couldn't be prouder. Brad's done a great job. His whole staff's done a great job.
Now let's look at what's coming up this week. On Friday, July 11th, over in the UK, we have the Group 1 Falmouth. The very next day, also over that July course at Newmarket, is the July Cup. On Saturday, at Saratoga, we have the Grade 1 Diana. And on Sunday in France, we have the Group 1 Grand Prix de Paris. We thank you for tuning in and hope to see you here next week on Past the Post. My name is Michael Adolphson. May you have a great week and may all your photo finishes be winning ones.